So let's go ahead and just get it out real quick. Right now, people just be mad for no reason. People just be mad for no reason. I ain't put something up here in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Um, but a friend was trying to do a live stream, add me on. We did two before, and the second one gaining some good traction actually, not too bad for just the second vid and just kind of just talking. That's literally it, not even doing anything. And after that, now you're being trolled because you can't even send a request to join, and then when you try to join, it's popping up as something else. You can, when you do join, you're not in it. It's echoing. It's doing all that stuff. You're being hacked, and you just know that it's people who are going out of their way to do that. I don't know, just to prevent. And what are you trying to prevent? What are you trying to prevent? And you got to understand why you're trying to prevent it and stuff like that. So, but anyway, I just want to talk about how having a social media persona, is pointless if you can't keep up with it, especially when you're talking the way you're talking, about things like this, especially if you, someone who's been on this channel and you've seen what we've been speaking on. We've been speaking on gang stalking. We've been speaking on psychology. You know what I'm saying? And, there's a lot of things that I'm going to be touching base with and making some vids on here in a bit. But I wanted to make this one real quick. Pointless. It's not getting anywhere. You're not really, it's not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of when you keep something that's outdated. That's what I was going to touch base on, outdated spaces. You know what I'm saying? And the things where you leave something up for a minute and it's still looking the same, but we're in a new time, even if it means a week, even if it means a month, a year. So the difference between those who have it and those who don't have it. So those who are, chasing it, or you don't even have to be chasing it, you can just be consistent. And those who were already kind of put in place with that already, and those are two different ways of looking at it. So I don't know. That's why it's kind of weird, and why I think there's someone who's actually mad, because you could be the type of person who doesn't care about it like that, though, in the way where you're trying to be like seen in this type of thing. It's like, for me, it's like I'm too much. I'm seeing this angle where it's like you're too much, and this is why things like this is happening, because you're too much, and you can kind of be, every category. But it's important to keep up with it, and I hate to say it, but I'm kind of like in no choice but to keep up with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of in a situation of accepting that, as much as I treated it as not thinking it was a big deal, it is a big deal, and I knew it was a big deal. But you unfortunately had situations that didn't go the way you planned it, and in fact went left and not right, and that. So I try to look at things, unfortunately knowing that, but I still try to look at things positively if it doesn't work, like your likeness being taken for different benefits and not knowing about it, especially when it comes to knowing different things that happened before. It's the only reason I got this type of stuff up right now, yo. The minute that I deleted vids, people coming out of nowhere, oh, he was some, I've spoken it before, oh, he was some nobody and all this. I'm like, especially seeing who it's coming from, and it's like, dang, the minute you come back for a minute and you have a phase where you have a comeback, it's crickets. So you start to see who you are when it comes to things like this, and that people are hating because it's a glitch. I'm a glitch. Me making a vid like this right here is a glitch, because you watching it haven't seen a vid like this. So the responses get glitched. Everything you're seeing is not true. There's a lot of deception going on. If you're going out of your way to prevent someone from doing a live stream and doing all this discrimination stuff because you're mad about something someone said and all this nonsense, that's unbelievable. I feel really bad for people who do things like this. And these be people who be even in positions that we're supposed to be respecting you. You know what I'm saying? So why are you doing that? It's faulty. You know? You lose touch with your audience and the purpose. You know? But if you're someone who's been keeping up with my stuff, even if I can be gone for 2 weeks, come back with a vid like this, you should be able to see where I'm coming from. Okay? And if not, and you're kicking some, putting up delusional stuff, then you know what I'm saying? And we'll get into that stuff here in a bit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, pointless. What I meant by pointless is not gaining traction. It's kind of holding you back more than bringing you forward because you're not being consistent enough with it. And then it's hard for your audience to be in tune with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, it's easier for me to make these vids and not really care about the way I look, just as long as, you're getting something from it, But the challenge, moving without showing the way you move, having to see, likeness being taken advantage of, There's nothing you can do. Having to see manipulation in front of your face, deception in front of your face, and there's nothing you can do, knowing if you react a certain way, that is gonna make it look like some sort of like blemish nonsense. It's always trying to get a certain reaction. Because other than that, why would you even do stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you go out of your way to hack a live stream? Why would you go out of your way to prevent, you know what I'm saying? It's just unbelievable. But that's why it's important to stay consistent. Let me end it on that. Because there's sometimes people who try to prevent, when you see things like this, even an example like this, it's easy to make narratives depending on if you don't respond. If you don't stay consistent with whatever it is that you're doing, But, me personally, for those who, I'm going to end the bit on this, who, ended up finding this and reaching the end of this vid, you are a more independent person who can get along with a wide range of people, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's not what I wanted to say, though. But yeah, we'll be getting into some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna restart the vid. There is some more things I wanted to add. Crashing out or whatever. I guess that's what I got written down. Yeah, when you just kind of go missing for a bit, or you let something in real life impact the way you will speak on camera or whatever. Like, yeah, I don't know. I said it before, I'll say it again, on outdated spaces. Yeah, I'm going to get into that, but that's just kind of where we're at and where we're coming from. You know what I'm saying? I mean, technically, whatever your way of definition of crashing out, I've crashed out like many times. If you're looking at it in a position where you kind of like exposed or said like too much, so you might be a little far out there. But yeah, having a social media persona is pointless if you can't keep up with it. So I'm gonna end it to summarize it there. It depends on what you're talking about. It's not that deep. It depends on what you're speaking about. Obviously, the things we've been talking about, it's probably pretty important to stay up to date. Let those who watch you, because at the end of the day, you're doing it to put whatever you got to say out there, so whatever. But the whole, you start to notice that, so you don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. Understand why you would be having things get hacked and trolled. You know what I'm saying? So don't sell yourself short. You know what I'm saying? Understand why that would happen to you. But anyway, Thanks for checking out the vid, and I'll have more soon.